Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am John Schrecongost, the principal here at Kent Island High School, and I welcome you to what we call our favorite morning of the month. So here's the way that it works. Once a month, each of our departments has a very difficult task because they are to select one student above all others. One student of the many, many that they encounter all day, which is very, very difficult. We get together today to hear the stories why those students were selected. So we'll start with our math department.
Mr. Asuna unfortunately couldn't be here today, but he did give me a little write-up about you. He said that he had the pleasure of coaching you last year in track, and then this year he was very excited when he saw that you were actually going to be in his geometry class. He said having the opportunity to know you as a student has been a great experience. He said you arrive every day with a smile and ready to learn. He said he doesn't ever think he's ever seen you without a smile, and then he said he's probably smiling right now, and you are. He said he always completes all of his assignments, you work well with others. And then I spoke to a couple other teachers, and they have all said the same thing about you, that you are a very nice person, you get along with everybody, you're energetic, always willing to chime in with an answer or productive class conversation. So for all of those reasons, you've been selected as Student of the Month, and by the sounds of it, I hope that I get to teach you sometime in the future. So congratulations. You're welcome.
I have a room full of dedicated, creative, amazing students that I could have chosen, but I didn't. I chose Crystal because she is truly exceptional, and I didn't want to forget it, so I wrote it down. So she's a completely obvious choice for me. Exemplary student artist, demonstrated by her technical skill, which is crazy insane. Her academic achievement, she's always getting top grades in everything I ask her to do. And she's received some art awards and competitions and recognition, so that makes her a dream student. But that's not why I nominated you. More noteworthy is Crystal the person. She is extremely mature. Her character qualities that make her relatable to her student peers. Because of her technical skill, it can be a little intimidating to do a critique with Crystal. She's really, really good. But somehow the kids are not intimidated by you because you're so kind and you are so generous with your compliments to them. So, Mom, amazing job. She's a great person. You're super authentic, and I think that that's sometimes rare in high school students, so I want to recognize that. People just like being around you, me included, so that's why you were an obvious choice for my Art Student of the Month, and I can't wait to work with you in AP the rest of the year. Yeah.
Great job. You're welcome.
I'm Mr. Strader. I'm the Homeland Security teacher here at Kent Island High School. Marquise will be in his 4th semester with me in the spring. Recently, Homeland Security switched from a focus in research science over to a focus in GIS. It would take me too long to explain what that is, but essentially we're working with mapping software to solve all sorts of Homeland Security problems. And Marquise has been awesome and very adept at that. He's also been extremely helpful to his classmates. We're kind of going into a whole new thing, sort of kind of blind, but not really. And but Marquise was really good at it, jumped in, and he's helped me, he's helped his classmates, and he's done an awesome job. He's always ready to work, he's always ready to go. He really thinks outside the box and has been instrumental in helping this first go-around in this pathway to get up and running. So I'm really grateful to him. Easy choice, real hard worker, and I know he's going to do great, whatever he does.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Student of the Month for the PE department is Allison Donnelly. She stood out to me from the beginning. She just really always is ready to play whatever we're going to play, which is always important in the PE classes. Sometimes people come into high school PE thinking it's going to be so intense because it's high school and it's, you know, really serious. But she kind of came into it like, I'm going to just do whatever you ask me to do. I'm going to be fine. She's also one of those people that really leads by example. She's a big leader in the class, not by telling people what to do, but just by doing what I ask her to do. And people follow her just because she's already doing it. And she's also just really helpful, which is really nice with equipment. She'll see what the plan is for the day on the board, and she'll say, do you need me to go get this? Do you need me to set up this? So that's always really helpful with the Student of the Month. So she's just really mature, and she's just ready to go every day. So I really appreciate that, and congratulations. Thank you.
Buenos dias, yo soy Senora Hegelke. Excuse me, I'm a little sick and very tired, so hello to my daughter Vivian for that. Thank you very much for last night. So I have my text that I'm going to read so I don't miss anything. Riley, this is Riley. Riley is an amazing student who's in my Spanish 4 class this semester. She's very hardworking. She's super respectful of learning and others, and she produces very high quality work like other students of the month. When the students are doing group work and they're having their conversations, which they're required to do completely in Spanish, I like to walk around and just kind of eavesdrop on what they're saying. And I really like stopping and listening to Riley, especially. She has such interesting ideas. She expresses herself very clearly in Spanish, which in Spanish 4, we don't always have that, even though they've been in class for 4 semesters. Sometimes, you know, the communication breaks down a little bit, but Riley really expresses herself very clearly. And so even though she tends to be kind of quiet in a whole group setting, I feel like I kind of have gotten to know her a little bit better by, you know, listening in on her conversations when she's working with a small group, which is really cool. And I'm also very excited because Riley's also going to be taking AP Spanish in the spring, and I think she's going to do really well. We have an initiative here called the Seal of Biliteracy, and she'll test for that by taking the AP test, and I fully expect her to receive it. So no pressure, but you got to do great, okay?
Very well. This is for you.
You know, I don't know what to say. Mr. Schrecongost said it all when he said, you know, this is our favorite morning of the month, and you know, all these kids have things in common. The good work ethic. They're always willing to. You know, Grace is always on time. That's the one thing I like. I have first period seniors, and they are notorious for showing up late. You know, Grace is always there, and and always smiling and ready to go. I couldn't have said it better than Mrs. Schulte. She had all the right adjectives. You had the right adjectives for phys ed. And I did. I asked around too, because I like Grace. She's kind of quiet, but the thing about Grace is if you ask her something, she'll tell you exactly what it is, and she has a strong opinion. She is one of those kids that helps the underdog. So, you know, she's the excellent student, on time, always supports me, because it's not easy teaching kids all the time. You're the leader of a large group of teenagers. So Grace is the one who always kind of smiles at me and gives me the encouragement to deal with first semester, first period seniors. And but the thing that I think that sticks out the most when I asked some of your other teachers a little bit about you. They said she's the one who helps that underdog kid. She's the one who seeks out the kid that doesn't always have people that want them in the group. And, you know, that means a lot to me. So she's our Student of the Month for English, and she's got some lofty ideas, but those are hers. I'm not going to mention them. I hope that you achieve all your goals. Thank you.
This is Alyssa. She's pretty amazing, and let me explain why. Our goal here kind of in a school system, the reason we kind of put students through all this whole time period is to try to encourage them to learn and to enjoy learning. And it's this general enjoyment of learning that I see in Alyssa every day. I see her first periods, you know, first thing in the morning. That's an effort right there. But Alyssa's always ready to engage and try with a positive approach that's infectious. And it's infectious for everyone. It's my job to be that energetic and jumping around on tables. I don't ask Alyssa to. That's not safe. That's a safety hazard. But I'm pretty sure she'd be willing to if a lesson called for it. Because it's not an overabundance of jumping around and scaring someone else. It's this desire to learn and this willingness to go forth and try whatever activity, assignment that comes up, and to kind of put yourself in it directly and do your best at it. And it draws in people around you. as well to put forth their best effort. And that's the kind of leadership that I think we should award as often as we can. And that's why I chose you. So thank you.
So that concludes our ceremony for this morning, and it gives you an idea why we enjoy this morning so much. You heard great stories about super students, but even much more importantly, there are stories about great people. And that was a common thread through all. So students, I say this to you, your hard work is paying off. There is no doubt about that. So take a minute, appreciate that, enjoy that, realize that what you're doing is paying off. It's paying off for you, and it's paying off for those around you. And you heard that as well. That positive impact that you had on the people around you, for that, I thank you. Because that creates an environment that we all can enjoy. And you do that. So thank you, congratulations to you. To the parents, thank you for joining us. And congratulations to you, and job well done. And that's not an easy job to do. So congratulations. Thank you for joining us this morning.